Open-world survival games are expanding with new AAA titles focused on exploration, resource management, and dangerous environments. These upcoming games feature large-scale worlds where survival depends on planning, crafting, and adapting to constant threats. Let's get into it! The War of the Worlds Siberia takes place in an alternate 1896 during a Martian invasion across the Russian Empire. Players survive against giant tripod machines, armed enemies, and dangerous environments while traveling toward the eastern parts of the country. The game uses action and adventure mechanics with melee combat, old firearms, explosives, stealth sections, puzzle solving, and chase sequences. Cities, forests, and mountain areas contain violence, hunger, looting, and threats from humans and Martians.
Куда угодно, лишь бы подальше от обреченных и разграбляемых городов.
Здесь ни документов обещанных, ни продовольствия, все выгреб.
Куда же идти предлагаете?
В Сибирь.
Воцарился хаос. Итак, господин нигилист, почему вы столь настойчивы в своем стремлении убить меня?
Моя семья умерла с голоду, пока ваша плясала на балах. Мы мечтали уничтожить Старый мир. И он был уничтожен. Только не нами.
Subnautica 2 is an underwater survival adventure on a new alien planet where players gather resources, craft tools, and build custom bases to survive dangerous oceans. The game supports solo play and 4-player online co-op. Players travel through different biomes with the Tadpole submersible, scan creatures, study underwater life, and upgrade equipment, vehicles, and structures. The story involves a stranded colony mission, hidden ruins, hostile wildlife, and mysteries connected to the ship's AI.
To know is, it's a beautiful place to die over and over again. We've set up a lab here with a few basic biomods. They're safe. But if you start to hear voices, or if you get the urge to swim to the tree, don't go. Forget your debt. Forget Noah, forget S.T.A.L.K.E.R, forget the life you imagined. It's all gone now. You're going to die here. And that's all right. Pick the most interesting thing you can see and explore. Wouldn't that set you free? And I know where this mission will end. You'll join us soon enough.
I ask you, do you want to come out of the darkness and become a pure nation?
Metro 2039 is a single-player, first-person shooter set in post-apocalyptic Moscow where survivors remain trapped inside underground metro tunnels after nuclear war. The game combines shooting, stealth, survival mechanics, and resource management, while players travel through ruined stations, dangerous surface areas, and hostile environments. The story involves conflict inside the metro under Hunter's Novorite regime, with players facing armed enemies, propaganda-driven control, and mysterious threats connected to the surface beyond the destroyed city.
Right future. The Novorite says comply. The people say aye. Fear not the enemy's threats. are under protection.
Where are they taking them? Can you hear me?
They do. We hear everything. But you don't let them speak.
No. It's not about me. I won't ask again.
It's all about you.
Together now, children.
The Novak is our home. Either we destroy or we are destroyed. No one will mourn us if we die. Mercy is weakness.
Our enemies have no pity for us.
No.
The enemy must be destroyed.
The enemy must be destroyed. The enemy must be destroyed. The enemy must be destroyed. The enemy must be destroyed. The enemy must be
Animal Use Protocol is a first-person survival horror game where players control Pen, a hyper-intelligent chimpanzee escaping from Anchorage Station alongside a rat companion named Trip. The gameplay uses stealth, scavenging, crafting, and puzzle-solving mechanics, while players avoid a dangerous chimera created from failed experiments. Players navigate dark facility areas with a gravity manipulation tool, search for resources, uncover information about the station, and survive against threats hidden throughout the environment. way.
With indignation, pathfinding, very good. Better than smelly hate. Better than run! Paralyzed in terror. Smelly hate, run! Run!
This would not have been possible without our vision.
Fragmentary Order is a hardcore sci-fi tactical extraction shooter set in the year 2251, where players enter dangerous space operations, secure resources, and escape alive. The game uses realistic combat systems, multiplayer missions, and a controlled economy where death causes financial losses. Developed with involvement from Nikita Buyanov, the project places strong attention on tactical planning, survival, and high-risk encounters during military-style operations in hostile environments across a futuristic setting.
Заказ 6. Системная проверка оборудования. Запись ведется инженером спецсвязи 4-го кольца Воронцовым Леонидом Григорьевичем. 7-й, да. Передайте начальнику СМИ наши данные. Подготовка идет полным ходом уже 2 года. Постоянно наблюдается движение в погрузочном секторе.
You could say it all started with a flash. A moment that changed the course of history, although no one knew about it. During the years of strife, many turned to the most primitive ways of solving problems. Everyone for themselves is what it was. We had to change it. It took many years and a lot of effort to make everyone come to terms, our terms. Not everyone agreed, and they suffered for it, but most took it as a salvation. A new world order was established.
The peace treaty is currently being concluded under the leadership of the Core.
With the help of Core reestablishment structure, although the land was tired to keep life on it. That's why Core created the purification program, and each of us can participate.
And then, the great industrialization began. A relentless process that endures to this day, forging a vast reservoir of innovation that propelled production volumes and quality to unprecedented heights. We had to move forward. The only logical solution to saving humanity was space and its resources. But we were barely ready for it. Yet, something happened.
We appear to be...
Was it foreseen? Or was it a miracle? Only the forefathers know.
Atmospheric seal confirmed. Prepare for infill.
Our guidance made humanity united, gave them purpose, but did not remove the greed or hold grudges. Yet, it gave just enough to make almost everyone move into the future. The new golden age of humanity has started. We have left our old cradle behind and head for the unknown, ready and dedicated. We removed our old boundaries with advanced core technologies.
Striking contact. Battlecruiser 04.
We started the Renaissance to last forever.
Confirming backup trajectory for Mars Uno. We're maintaining 300,000 clicks trailing position as instructed. Established on the glide 4.4.
Copy, Buzzard. Priority vessel Mars Uno. Green across.
Old disagreements, old ideologies. To contest that, humanity has risen to levels unreachable before.
No one expected them to act that way. When we were given the responsibility of developing this colony, no one expected those PCF thugs to start attacking everybody. It's like they were happy before we came. Huh? We will pacify them. Our forces are more than capable. I'm sure.
We build a better place for us and future generations. We are the core that keeps you in belief.
They helped us build it. We didn't fucking do anything. And earn real money around the system sitting on a fucking island.
He's leaving the table. This is Kari.
Learn how to work.
We built the world on truth.
Units are being dispatched to contain the situation.
Decency. And faith in humanity.
Next time, order better toys. And mod some damn repent. Now get the fuck out of here.
Now is the time to wait and see. We will be here. Guiding, protecting. That is our mission.
Forest 3 is a sci-fi survival horror game set on a hostile alien planet filled with fog, toxic swamps, and dangerous weather conditions. The gameplay uses survival systems, ranged combat, base building, and sci-fi tools, while players defend against fast and reactive alien creatures capable of ambush attacks. Players use advanced weapons and scanning equipment to survive harsh environments, corrosive rain, and aggressive enemies. The game also places attention on tactical combat and resource management during exploration of the planet. S.T.A.L.K.E.R 2. Cost of Hope is a large expansion for S.T.A.L.K.E.R 2 Heart of Chernobyl with a new, non-linear storyline connected to the aftermath of the main campaign. Players travel through new regions, including the Chernobyl nuclear power plant and Iron Forest, while dealing with mutants, anomalies, and faction conflict between duty and freedom. The expansion adds new weapons, equipment, and survival-focused combat across dangerous environments filled with hostile threats and radioactive areas.
I was there. It was night, and it was raining.
Do you call this peace, Veronin? Is this what peace looks like to you? My guys, they let your men in, shared their food, and what did they get in return? According to Section 6, Paragraph B of the D4 Agreement, in case of suspicion regarding one of the parties attacking the other, the affected party has the right to secure and surveil a member of the suspected aggressor.
No one is being taken!
That is my decision to make.
There can be no compromises in this war. We are the ones standing between the zone's plague of filth and ordinary people.
Whichever way we go, we always end up in the same exact spot.
That's justice, I suppose.
That's the end of D4.
Are you ready, Skiff? To discover the price of freedom.
Hello Sunshine is a survival RPG set in the ruins of a corporate empire where players travel beside a giant robot across a dangerous wasteland. The gameplay uses scavenging, crafting, base management, and survival mechanics, while players avoid extreme heat during the day and freezing temperatures at night. Players repair and upgrade the robot, build helper bots, gather resources, and uncover information about abandoned automated systems. The game also supports solo play and cooperative multiplayer progression. Nakwon Last Paradise is a multiplayer zombie survival game set in urban South Korea, where players manage shelters during the day and enter infected city areas at night to gather supplies. The gameplay combines survival simulation, PvPvE combat, extraction mechanics, and resource management. Players craft items, upgrade gear, and use different survival strategies including stealth, cooperation, escape, or combat. The city contains infected enemies, hostile survivors, limited resources, and dangers where even injuries and stress can become serious threats.
이번에 몇 개나 건지려나. 저거 봐봐. 네, 하나 건졌네. 됐다. 가자. Cinder City is a two-player couch co-op game set in 1920s New York where players work together as firefighters, responding to dangerous fires across the city. The gameplay uses puzzle solving, route planning, and time management mechanics while players rescue civilians and control spreading fires under pressure. Each level requires coordination between both players to complete objectives efficiently. The game also uses detailed 2D pixel art with an Art Deco style inspired by the time period and urban setting.
It's been 10 years.
Never Be Alone is an open-world zombie survival game set 10 years after an outbreak where cities have been overtaken by nature. Players survive alone or in co-op while managing hunger, thirst, temperature, and resources across dangerous environments. The gameplay includes crafting, base building, farming, hunting, fishing, vehicle management, and weapon customization. Players encounter different zombie types, hostile human factions, changing weather conditions, and radioactive areas while gathering supplies, completing quests, and defending safe locations.
Beyond the undead, you'll battle hunger, thirst, and the deadly silence of radioactive zones. You can either go in alone or go in numbers. You can work on the same missions, take down the horde of zombies, and make the world a safer place. Build a base, power it up with a generator, and light up your own corner of darkness. Explore the Forsaken world and uncover its hidden truths. Do you have what it takes to survive? Just remember, you...
Light No Fire is a multiplayer survival sandbox game set on a fantasy planet with the scale of Earth. Players build settlements, gather resources, survive dangerous environments, and travel across mountains, oceans, forests, and large continents. The gameplay supports solo play and online cooperative multiplayer with persistent structures and shared communities. Players can sail across water, ride creatures, fly dragons, and search for resources, hidden locations, and different biomes spread across a procedurally generated open world. Phantom Line is a cooperative first-person shooter set in post-nuclear Europe, where players investigate and contain paranormal anomalies hidden across an open-world map. The game supports solo play and 4-player co-op with dynamic events, hostile factions, dangerous creatures, and survival systems. Players gather resources, craft equipment, upgrade their base, and use the Husk system to transfer consciousness between artificial bodies. Missions involve anomaly hunting, tactical combat, scouting, and adapting to changing threats during operations.
You're not a rookie, but this ain't the battlefield, you know. The rules have changed, and so will you.
Supreme Experiment is a first-person action-adventure game set in a future where humanity lives above toxic clouds while intelligent machines control the surface below. Players descend from the Spire cities to investigate why the machines stopped sending resources. The gameplay combines shooting, survival, environmental investigation, and exploration across ruined high-tech areas controlled by machine societies. Players hack terminals, study logs, and use a neural implant connected to a parallel dimension filled with hidden locations, strange systems, and additional dangers.
A new species, trying to survive, fighting for scraps, searching for truth. An abandoned, poisoned wasteland, crawling with creatures beyond imagination. Down here, humans don't belong. the city, it's a one-way ticket. But they go for a reason. This evolution of the machines was not random. There's something vast behind it. And it's coming for everyone, not just the machines. The people in the cities don't know it yet, but soon they will.
TankRat is an action game set in a destroyed mechanical wasteland where players control a digitized consciousness inside combat drones and armored tanks. The gameplay combines vehicular combat, scavenging, upgrading, and resource collection while fighting corrupted mech monsters and hostile machines across dangerous battlefield areas. Players switch between agile drones and heavy tanks, dismantle enemy wreckage for parts, and customize weapons, armor, and technology. The story involves searching for Highpoint while surviving radioactive storms that distort time, memory, and reality.
What you might find.
Terminator Survivors is an open-world action survival game set after Judgment Day, where players rebuild humanity while fighting against Skynet machines across dangerous post-apocalyptic environments. The gameplay combines shooting, stealth, scavenging, base management, and survival mechanics, while players investigate the origins of the machine uprising. Players encounter early Skynet prototypes, hostile scavengers, and the T-800 Terminator hunting them across the map. The game also includes close-range combat, ranged weapons, exploration, and resistance-building systems tied to humanity's survival.
Survivors! Survivors!
Timonova, everyone.
Ardem is an open-world survival RPG set in a world destroyed by the RHAB-14 virus, where players survive against infected enemies and harsh environmental conditions. The gameplay includes base building, farming, hunting, fishing, vehicle repair, crafting, and electricity management across a large handcrafted map. Players can restore power grids, customize shelters, modify weapons and vehicles, and gather resources alone or with other players online. The world reacts to player actions, allowing repaired structures and restored systems to permanently change different areas.
That meant that we had to create custom license plates for each individual vehicle, indicating that they belong to this place. As you explore the state, you will come across local food market ads and other commercial covers, indicating the previous life before the apocalypse. Back in the day, was this the land of opportunities? Couldn't be any further from it. But as you explore our handcrafted world, there will be signs indicating exactly as to why people never wanted to leave this place. Whether it would be leftover family-raised animal stock, abandoned acres of crops that would start from one side of the state and reach nearly to the other side. Because of the given setting of the game, players will have plenty of base building opportunities. The loot is specifically chosen on the area and the point of interest that the player would explore. Because the map is 64 square kilometers, the world in Ardem will still feel isolated and at times very quiet, but that doesn't always mean that you're alone.
Into the Fire is an extraction survival game set on a volcanic island during a massive natural disaster. Players enter dangerous areas to rescue survivors, gather resources, and escape before lava, ash, earthquakes, and fire block every route. The gameplay uses time pressure, resource management, and changing environmental hazards during each mission. Players use rescue tools, manage supplies, build a settlement hub, and unlock new equipment through successful rescues, while volcanic activity continuously changes the map and available paths.
Watch out.
We need any supplies, Frank. Keep your eyes wide open.
people out there. We find them. They mean hope for our station.
Another day in hell.
Are you ready?
Where are you? Living fucking fire! Shit! I'm coming for you! Where are you? Stay with me. Got her, William.
Danger's rising. Evacuate.
Roger that.
We bring them here. We hold this place together. Long enough to move people through. Long enough to get some of them out. I've seen men die chasing the story of a hero. The smart ones learn when to turn away. Even when the fire falls.
Can anyone hear me?
Jurassic Park Survival is a first-person action-adventure game set on Isla Nublar, one day after the events of the 1993 Jurassic Park film. Players control InGen scientist Dr. Maya Joshi while surviving against dangerous dinosaurs across different areas of the island. The gameplay uses stealth, resource management, environmental interaction, and survival mechanics during encounters with predators that react dynamically to player actions. Players travel through locations including the visitor center and park facilities while avoiding threats and searching for ways to survive.
And adventurous. I think she takes risks. She's
Rooted is an open-world survival game set after global bacteriological warfare where players survive in overgrown environments reclaimed by nature. The gameplay includes scavenging, crafting, base building, hunting, and resource management while exploring forests, villages, and dangerous urban areas contaminated by biological threats. Players can build camps and outposts, restore damaged equipment, automate systems, and supply electricity to their shelters. The game supports solo play and multiplayer cooperation with evolving world events, hostile humans, animals, and environmental dangers.
It is crucial to have your ID card with you at all times in case of control. For safety reasons, the Army has deployed autonomous civilian security robots. They are here to protect you.
Project Mist is an open-world survival horror game set on a remote island filled with abandoned facilities, dangerous creatures, and environmental threats. Players survive alone or in cooperative multiplayer while gathering resources, crafting equipment, upgrading gear, and defending a moving train base. The gameplay uses physics-based combat through a gravity gun that manipulates objects and enemies during fights and traversal. Players also hunt wildlife, catch strange creatures, farm resources, and face giant bosses while exploring different areas across the island. S.T.A.L.K.E.R is a first-person action horror game set inside a research fort controlled by a mysterious entity and dangerous creatures called aberrations. The gameplay combines shooting, survival mechanics, puzzle solving, and inventory management, while players fight unpredictable enemies with realistic physical reactions. Weapons require maintenance, upgrades, and modifications during combat. The game also uses detailed dismemberment systems, physics-based interactions, and binaural audio, while environmental objects and player actions directly affect monster behavior and encounters.
안녕하세요. 갓세이브 버밍엄의 크리에이티브 디렉터 차현성입니다. 안녕하세요. 갓세이브 버밍엄의 프로덕션.
God Save Birmingham is a zombie survival game set in 14th century Birmingham during a deadly plague outbreak. Players search for food, water, shelter, and supplies while surviving against large groups of undead across a historically recreated medieval town. The gameplay combines crafting, scavenging, survival systems, and physics-based mechanics where players barricade doors, use environmental objects, and damage enemies strategically during combat. Players also explore markets, taverns, homes, and workshops while managing resources and avoiding dangerous encounters throughout the city.
Goals when starting the game. The guide introduces the player character, setting, and premise. It serves as a tutorial that teaches the player what they can do and presents your character's thoughts and goals based on the current situation. You can think of it as a content system that fulfills the role of both tutorials and quests typically found in survival games. Next, let's look at what was developed regarding weapons and combat, which many players have shown an interest and given feedback about during the pre-alpha test. In the alpha build, one-handed blunt weapons have been implemented. These include clubs, maces, and hammers. Since they have no blades, they're not well suited to cutting off zombie limbs, but they are effective for attacking the head. Setting them further apart from other weapon types, they can also stagger zombies and momentarily hinder their movement. A wide range of tools will be included in this weapon category, from actual weapons like maces to everyday tools like rolling pins. We've also added a scythe as an available weapon in the alpha build. Scythes often appear as flashy weapons in medieval fantasy games, but in our game, they're actually an agricultural tool being used as a weapon. That said, it's a tool familiar to farmers. If you swing it with more force than you would when cutting grass, it can slice through a zombie's leg or knock them down. When we were creating the swing animation for the scythe, we referred heavily to real scythe handling motions used in farming. Objects in the game now have durability. If you use weapons or tools for a long time, their durability will decrease and they'll break. You'll need to stockpile materials for repairs or keep spare equipment on hand to survive. Durability also applies to locked doors and barricades. If you encounter a locked house you want to loot, you can kick or attack the door to break it open. Conversely, if it's your own shelter, you'll need to manage the durability of doors and barricades to prevent zombie intrusion. Weapons or tools that use blades now have sharpness to manage. If a blade becomes dull, it will be less effective for killing zombies. After spending the day scavenging and fighting, you can return to your shelter and sharpen your worn blades before going to sleep to prepare for the next day's survival. Based on feedback from the pre-alpha test, we've improved the game's aiming system so the player's melee attacks will now accurately hit the point your mouse reticle is aimed at. Combat in God Save Birmingham is designed so that the character strikes exactly where the player intends, and zombies react differently depending on which body part is hit. This encourages players to strategically choose target areas and develop precision in hitting those exact spots. Allowing the main character to precisely strike arbitrary points based on the player's aim in a third-person melee system with a behind-the-back camera and realistic animation has been a big technical challenge. This wasn't polished enough in the pre-alpha build, which resulted in a less satisfying combat experience. We've also kicked off full-scale development on the crafting system. To survive in a village overrun by zombies, securing your doors is extremely important. In the alpha build, the door system has been further enhanced. You can now lock doors with a latch, preventing zombies outside from simply pushing their way in. If a building has entrances you don't intend to use, you can fully block them with nails and boards to make your shelter safer. On the flip side, many houses in the village will now be found locked or barricaded. You'll need tools to either break or dismantle obstacles in order to get in and loot supplies, and it will take time to accomplish either way. We took our first steps towards a system that allows players to construct and place various survival-related structures. You can now build things like fire pits and drying racks wherever you want. Right now, only a few basic craftables and constructions are available, but many more will be added throughout development. Save Birmingham is a survival simulation game, where a key part of gameplay is managing the player character's health and related status effects. In the alpha build, we've further refined the health management system and would like to share the improvements. If you leave your wounds untreated, linger too long in a cold environment, or if your body gets too dirty, you may catch a disease. Diseases range from mild illness like colds that impose small penalties, to deadly ones like plague that can kill you and end the game. When your character is bitten by zombies or falls from high places, they'll take injuries that need to be properly treated. Apply ointment and wrap wounds, and replace wraps until wounds heal. If neglected, your character may suffer severe damage from bleeding or infection. Your character will gradually become dirty during gameplay, particularly when they get splattered with blood from killing zombies or take a fall in a muddy area. To clean up, you can wash yourself in the stream or a basin of water. Neglect your hygiene for too long, and your character may catch a cold or some other infectious disease, resulting in various penalties. Save Birmingham is being developed with the goal of presenting a vivid, realistic, and intricate visual depiction of the player character's movements as they engage in various survival activities. This includes animations for things like wrapping and unwrapping wounds on various body parts, pouring water from a container to wash your body, chopping ingredients into a stew pot, and sharpening the blade of a scythe or axe. During the development of the alpha build, we've implemented a framework that allows for more diverse and detailed movement animations. We plan to continue expanding the variety of movement animations from now until the game's launch.
알파빌드를 개발하는 기간 동안 저번 테스트에서 여러분들께서 남겨주신 피드백이 많은 도움이 되었습니다. 이번 플레이 테스트에도 참여해주시고 피드백 남겨주시면 저희가 앞으로 개발을 하는데 많은 도움이 될 것 같습니다. 감사합니다.
Hoarder is a psychological horror adventure that begins with players cleaning an abandoned house filled with clutter and hidden secrets. The gameplay combines object interaction, environmental investigation, submarine navigation, and physics-based systems where nearly every item can be moved, examined, or combined. Players explore deep underwater areas with navigational tools to recover strange objects from the abyss before returning to sort collected materials. As players descend further into the house and uncover hidden areas, the game shifts into a disturbing horror experience.
W tym momencie za oknem naszym zjawiły się dwoje pań przybyszów. Rosło na 2 metry, odziane kombinezony śliwki. Spróbuję się Rozumieć i wywiedzieć tego i
Blight Survival is a medieval action horror game where players fight through a war-torn land infected by a deadly plague that transforms humans into monsters. The gameplay supports solo play and 4-player cooperative missions with directional melee combat, extraction-style progression, and rogue-lite mechanics. Players battle enemy soldiers and infected creatures while searching for the source of the blight. The game also includes weapon and armor customization, different combat builds, loot collection, and risk-based decisions during dangerous expeditions across decaying medieval environments.
Right there for Blight Survival. First off, on behalf of myself, Mats, Ash, and the team, thank you. Hitting 1.5 million wishlists is a massive milestone. We're incredibly grateful for your support. We're taking the time to make sure that it pays off when the moment comes to put Blight in your hands. When we teamed up with Behavior, we spent a lot of time digging into the original vision for Blight. It quickly became clear that if we wanted to truly do justice, we needed to take a step back and rebuild our core systems from the ground up.
We're designing Blight to be a brutal, visceral game. Combat is meant to be felt, from the first clash to the final deadly blow. These finishes are just one part of our immersive combat system that we can't wait to show you in the future. We've started ramping up on small-scale playtests, so for anyone who's interested in shaping the future of Blight, join us on Discord. Thank you from everyone here at the team at Blight, and we can't wait to see you soon.
Instinction is an action-adventure game set in a hidden Mesoamerican region isolated from the outside world by a phenomenon called the Rift. Players survive against prehistoric creatures and a mysterious organization while uncovering the history behind the area and its civilizations. The gameplay combines exploration, combat, survival mechanics, and story-driven progression across dangerous environments filled with dinosaurs and ancient ruins. Players can experience the game solo or in online cooperative play while investigating the secrets connected to the Rift.
I found them. After all this death, if you had the chance to do it all again, what would you have done?
Alien Deathstrom is a first-person action horror game set in a destroyed off-world colony devastated by a massive storm and hostile alien creatures. Players travel through dangerous environments while surviving against large numbers of aggressive enemies using weapons, movement, and environmental awareness. The gameplay combines shooting, survival mechanics, and exploration across ruined colony areas affected by extreme weather conditions and hidden threats. Players must balance firepower and careful decision-making while searching for ways to survive inside the collapsing settlement.
Warning. Adverse weather conditions detected. Wind speeds reaching survival threshold. Seek shelter.
I spawn into my Dagger shuttle, my personal home on the rails.
Enginefall is a multiplayer crafting shooter set entirely on massive moving trains in a post-apocalyptic setting. Players begin in lower train sections and fight through different carriages while scavenging resources, crafting gear, building small bases, and competing against other players. The gameplay combines PvP combat, extraction mechanics, base management, and progression across train classes with different environments and loot. Players can upgrade transport vehicles, defend captured train areas, raid rival crews, and eventually control large player-owned trains with customizable sections.
Floor, and these dudes are having a rave. I go down the hall and find a resource collection area. I start gathering resources. This guy looks like he's working hard. I use the resources to build a base. This is nice, but the neighbors want to come inside using hammers. Explore new places, find new things, grind up those things to make new stuff. This is cool. I'll make my way to second class. This is scary. He has stuff, and this thing. I learn this thing and make more like it. Go back to my neighbors with the hammers. Give them a gift. They loved it. I want more, so I do it again. Knock knock, who's there? Housekeeping. I have all the resources. I have all the guns. My base is huge now. It takes up half the carriage. The conductor comes on the PA. I should kill him. I make my way through to first class. These guys also hate the conductor. We head to the front of the train. Nature. Get to the engine room. Head towards the conductor. The control room is locked. So while they breach the door, I take out an insurance policy. We breach into the control room and make the conductor lie down. He's sleepy. We become conductors. We have all the fuel cores. I have all the fuel cores. As I pull the fuel cores out the train, I hear that people are breaking into the control room. As they break in, I use the secret conductor door to escape. They didn't see me. They immediately saw me. I head into the gas tunnels. They're chasing me. I get through the tunnels, head upstairs, and jump down to my Dagger. I extracted the final moment. Now I have a bunch of resources. I have many guns. I have all the fuel cores. Now what? Bigger train.
Join Us is an open-world survival game where players create and manage a doomsday cult during an apocalypse. The gameplay combines base building, resource management, combat, recruitment systems, and cooperative multiplayer for up to 4 players. Players recruit civilians and enemies into their group, assign them different roles, manage follower loyalty, and customize belief systems that affect gameplay. The game also includes compound construction, weapon-based combat, permadeath mechanics, and battles against police, locals, and government forces trying to stop the cult. Ikuma. The Frozen Compass is a narrative adventure game set on an isolated Arctic island in 1864, where players control a stranded cabin boy named Sam and his husky companion, Ellie. The gameplay combines survival, mechanics, environmental traversal, resource gathering, fishing, climbing, and puzzle solving across frozen landscapes. Players can switch between both characters or play cooperatively with another player to use different abilities during exploration. The story also involves uncovering clues connected to a lost expedition and mysterious dangers hidden within the Arctic fog.
After disaster, accompanied only by his loyal husky companion, Ellie. As you search for a missing expedition, you uncover dark secrets. And perhaps their fate holds the only key to finding your way back to London. The open world of Ikuma is filled with puzzles, hidden paths, and surprising rewards. You can explore it alone or in co-op, but teamwork is essential, especially when it comes to answering one crucial question. Who gets to play the dog? When playing solo, you can seamlessly switch between Sam and Ellie to cleverly combine their unique abilities. The story of Ikuma is inspired by Inuit myths, as well as real historical events. The 1845 Franklin expedition, whose tragic end only came to light in recent years with the discovery of the shipwrecks. Ikuma will be released next year for PC, PlayStation 5, and Xbox Series.
State of Decay 3 is an open-world survival game set years after a zombie apocalypse, where players build and manage communities while fighting an evolving infected threat. The gameplay combines scavenging, resource management, base building, and combat across dangerous environments filled with zombies. Players can recruit survivors, expand settlements, and make decisions that affect story events and character survival. The game also supports cooperative multiplayer for up to 4 players in a shared, persistent world where permanent character death remains an important survival mechanic. Blackfrost The Long Dark 2 is a survival RPG set after a global disaster caused by the Aurora, leaving technology unusable across frozen wilderness and industrial settlements. Players survive alone or in cooperative multiplayer while managing hunger, weather, psychological stress, and dangerous environmental hazards. The gameplay includes scavenging, shelter management, character customization, and interaction with survivor communities across urban and wilderness regions. Players also face radioactive Blackfrost storms, wildlife threats, extreme winter conditions, and a permalife system where deaths permanently affect future survival progression. We Harvest Shadows is a first-person farming horror game where players manage an isolated farm while uncovering disturbing events during the night. The gameplay combines farming systems, house maintenance, exploration, and psychological horror across abandoned Appalachian wilderness areas. Players repair buildings, care for livestock, organize the farmhouse, and improve equipment while managing strange occurrences connected to the main character's past. The game also uses narrative storytelling through flashbacks, journal entries, and environmental details alongside survival-light mechanics without traditional hunger or inventory systems.
Again. I've
decided that this abandoned farm will be the place where I die. But until then, that leaves me with an ever-pressing question. How do I fill the time? There's always a lot to do on a farm, and it's good to keep busy. It gets your mind off things, like the things you've lost.
Beta Decay is a dystopian open-world RPG set in the Alpha Centauri star system, where players join factions, build spacecraft, and fight for territory across futuristic cities and hostile environments. The gameplay combines survival systems, first and third-person combat, mech piloting, faction warfare, and player-driven economies. Players can customize characters, command squads, trade resources, repair ships, and explore dangerous areas filled with creatures, viruses, and environmental hazards. The game also includes large-scale destruction, weapon customization, and multiplayer interaction across connected urban and planetary locations. Guardians of the Wild Sky is a survival adventure where players explore a huge fantasy world filled with floating islands, ancient ruins, and dangerous creatures. You can build homes, flying castles, and customizable airships while gathering resources and crafting gear. Magical companions called Guardians help with combat, exploration, and survival. The game supports solo play and online co-op, letting friends explore the skies together while uncovering secrets hidden across the cloud-filled world.
When we die.
Atmosfar is an open-world survival adventure set on an alien planet filled with floating islands and dangerous skies. Players explore the world using customizable flying crafts called wasps while managing a massive mobile airbase known as the Cloud Cruiser. The game focuses on exploration, scavenging, crafting, and upgrading equipment while surviving harsh weather and strange wildlife. Solo and online co-op play are supported, allowing up to 4 players to travel, build, and uncover the mystery behind humanity's collapsed colony together.
The last outpost of humanity. There is no other way. Tychos might still have the answer we're looking for. We have to find it before it's too late.
Breathedge 2 is a retro-futuristic space survival game that mixes exploration, crafting, and dark humor across dangerous star systems. Players command and upgrade their own spaceship while exploring planets, gathering resources, and surviving hostile environments filled with strange enemies. The game also introduces crew management, where companions have their own personalities, needs, and goals that affect survival and ship operations. Alongside space travel and vehicle exploration, players must fight against the powerful Breathedge Corporation while trying not to lose their sanity. Ark 2 is a next-generation survival game set in a dangerous world filled with dinosaurs, hostile tribes, and mysterious forces. Players explore massive environments, tame creatures, build bases, and craft customizable weapons while surviving against predators and rival humans. The sequel introduces more action-focused combat, advanced movement mechanics like climbing and parkour, smarter AI behavior, and dynamic world events. With online multiplayer, deep progression systems, and large-scale building tools, Ark 2 aims to expand the survival formula into a bigger and more immersive adventure.
Lights out, old friend.